What is up, YouTube? I did not want to do this video today, and that's exactly why we're doing it. Here's 6 ways on how you can become more disciplined. Number 1, you need to find your reason. You need to find the reason why you want to become successful. This is so fundamentally important. A good way to do this is if you build yourself a vision board. You're always going to see what your goals are. You need to remind yourself of that why on a constant basis. Find your why and then make it visual. If your vision board is the first thing that you will see in the morning, you do not need to get motivated. You have the why right in front of you, and that's all the motivation that you need. The second step of becoming a more disciplined person is to start small. A good way to do this is by keeping track of all the things that you do in a day. I started journaling years ago, and what I did was I put all my to-dos into my journal. It didn't matter how big the tasks were, it didn't matter how small the tasks were, if it's drinking a coffee, if it's waking up early, it doesn't matter. But I planned it. You need to plan your day. Even better is if you are able to time box it. So if you want to go and watch that favorite series, or if you want to go and watch that movie, that's totally okay. But you need to set a time for it to do it. And then you do it. If you want to scroll Instagram, there's nothing wrong with it. Just be mindful about it. Be mindful about how you use the hours you have in a day. If you plan your whole day, it's totally fine if you plan a little bit of Instagram scrolling time. If you plan a little bit of Netflix, it doesn't matter as long as you planned it. And when you have planned it, you need to execute it. You planned it, you said you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. With each tick that you do behind that to-do, you're gonna encourage yourself, you're gonna push yourself a little bit. It's gonna give you a little bit of a dopamine spike because you achieved that one thing. If you do this over and over again, your brain is gonna get addicted to this feeling of achieving things. Start small, keep track of everything, and journal. Number 3 of becoming more disciplined is building good habits. And it's not just about building good habits, it's also about getting rid of bad habits. You need a habit tracker. It's so important to keep track of the habits that you have. You can do this with a journal, you can do this with a whiteboard as I'm doing it currently. It's really important that you interact on a daily basis with those things. If you have a habit tracker but you do not interact with it on a daily basis, it's not a habit tracker. Keep it up to date and be honest with yourself. If you are able to keep going, you're going to build up streaks. And if you build up streaks, it's going to be more unlikely that you will slip in the future. You will keep going because you got that streak, you got that 20 days on your back, and you don't want to lose it because you slip once, so you better keep going. Number 4 is rewarding yourself. This is something that our brain does automatically. When we achieve things, we get that dopamine spike and this and that. So every time you achieve something that you plan to do, reward yourself. Give yourself a little treat. You can do this in different ways, with food that you like, watching that movie and this and that. It doesn't really matter. If you do this over and over and over, your brain is gonna realize, okay, if I do these hard things, I'm gonna get this reward. Your brain is already craving that reward that it knows it will get. So this can help you to really get your brain to get addicted towards accomplishing hard things. Number 5 is make it easy. If you want to go running in the morning, it's going to be way easier when you take your shoes the night before, put them there and put all your running equipment ready to go for the morning so that when you wake up in the morning, it's an easy start. If you want to stop using your phone in bed, just leave your phone out of your room. Make it easy. Number 6 is tell others about it. This is fairly controversial because people say you shouldn't tell them about your plans, but show them your achievements, show them the goals that you actually achieved. I feel like by telling other people, you can really encourage yourself to go harder because you have that crowd of people. Maybe they don't even care about you, but you feel like you get a crowd of people behind you that are watching you. And if you slip, they're going to realize, no, you're going to be the one that failed. And you do not want to be the one that failed. If you fail, they're not going to cheer. They're going to boo. So you better keep going. Be careful though with sharing your ambitions. Be prepared for people that hate. And people are going to applaud when you fail. Also, if you share your ambitions, if you share your goals and you speak about them a lot, your brain is going to get a little bit of a dopamine spike, even though you haven't really achieved anything yet. That's because your brain is going to imagine you in the position of achieving that goal when you tell someone you're going to achieve it. It can be a great tool to help you to push a little bit more in the future, but on the other hand, it's also kind of dangerous with your dopamine. You want to be careful with sharing your ambitions and might think who is worthy sharing them with. This is my 6 most important things on how to become a more disciplined person. Do what you tell yourself to do, and you will achieve what you tell yourself to achieve.